circles. I try not to look super dead. Just half dead.
On that note,
half undead.
welcome everybody.
Fully undead. It's not getting crazy now.
Jocelyn and I were just chatting about makeup. She's putting makeup on to look presentable for you guys. I did not. Sorry. I just literally walked in the door like 8 minutes ago. I combed my hair. That's as good as it gets tonight.
And I like I did a lot. Sounds like I did a lot. Guys, I put foundation on my face and sort of muted the under eyes so that I don't look like the undead come here to kill you in the zombie apocalypse. I don't actually do that much, and I didn't have to leave the office to do it. It took less than 60 seconds. It's not a lot.
Well, you look fantastic. I'm going for the casual, it's been a long day at work kind of look. Well, hi everybody. Okay, so YouTube's locked me out of the comments again for some unknown reason. So
you and YouTube. Whew.
I don't know why. It's like randomly it locks me out on comments sometimes. So I'm gonna try to turn my volume down.
It just decides that that's it. You're not allowed any more YouTube comments this week.
No, I
You've
guess.
hit your max, no more.
Maybe that's it. Maybe I've read enough. Maybe there's a limit. So hi everybody.
Social media balance.
Okay, so I should say, welcome everybody to the Wildflower World YouTube channel. It's Knit Night with Louise and Jocelyn. It is a mid-month motivation where typically, even though it's kind of an unspoken thing, this is the night that Jocelyn and I all of a sudden, oh crap, it is 2 weeks until our goal knitting needs to be done. Maybe I better find that project bag.
There has been many a month where this has rolled around and I've gone, right. That's a thing. Yeah.
What did we say 2 weeks ago when we were chatting? We were all gung-ho. We had just finished, the last
month. That way every time we finish a monthly check-in. We are going to be on schedule. We have a plan. It'll fit in perfectly. And I guarantee you 98% of the time we haven't touched our secret knitting until after the mid-month motivation. Both have a moment of, oh, sweet baby Jesus, and we're off to the races. Just
I work better under a deadline. I have looked at mine the last 2 weeks. I know where it is.
That's good. That's good.
I have not lost it. I have not packed it away. I'm actually going away for a few days, and it is one of the projects that's going to come with me. So there is hope for it, you guys. All right. So, hey, Sally is here. Liz is here. Liz, you had a birthday party this afternoon. Sabrina and Mary. Hey, Jude. Hi, everybody. So gather up your knitting. Just
crochet, weaving, macrame, whatever you're working on this evening.
Look, you want to know what I pulled out last night?
Sure.
This thing's huge.
I don't doubt it.
I got carried away. Oh my God.
You got carried away? No.
When I bought a loom, I decided to go big.
Okay. See, this doesn't seem unreasonable to me.
No, well, it's just that I wanted it to be portable and I wanted to carry it back and forth places.
Well, yeah, but you have to have it. I see these very slender looms. They're very, like, they seem like a good idea. They're small, they're portable, but really they don't, they make belts. Like they make
scarves.
Thin
scarves.
Scarf, like thin thing. And my brain's like, it doesn't make sense unless you wear belts or scarves. If you wear belts and scarves, that makes total sense. I don't like, if I'm weaving and I'd like to get to weaving, I'm gonna have to start with like the largest portable size.
This is it, which is I think 32, 36.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly which one it is.
Because I don't wear scarves and I don't wear belts, but I do like fabric panels, and I do make my own clothes, and I do make doll clothes, and I do make like costume pieces and stuff. So like it has to be that size or larger. And I do want to. The problem is I want to like headlong deep and all on commit room size loom for wall tapestries, which is not feasible. I have a 2-bedroom apartment and I am continuing to downsize because I've discovered I don't use all of the square footage. So It's
you have room.
wasted square footage. So I'm in the process of selling off books and like my freezer and like things that I don't need. I don't need them.
The unnecessary so that you can get a big ass floor loom or
So
a
I can,
better spinning wheel
so
or
I can downsize to a 1-bedroom apartment, have fewer floor to care for, fewer rooms to dust, fewer
and
adultings to have to adult through,
but
and have a space I use more effectively, which is going to make me feel better because then I don't feel like, well, I should keep this stuff because I've always had it, or like I should do something with it because it's there.
yeah,
I'm going, you know what? I don't use it. I'm going to let it go be useful with somebody else. I'm not going to let it sit and rot in my space and cause me stress.
for sure. For sure.
So, but that's a process. It's a step. It's huge. A 1-bedroom apartment is not a place for a room-sized loom.
Maybe.
I mean, I'd love for it to be, but I would never have room for a coffee table or be able to host. So like if nobody ever came over and I was a hermit, I could absolutely have a room size loom because I just stick it in the living room and then you're all on your own. But I do
I don't
host.
know. That might be a good way to get out of hosting Christmas and
There,
families.
guys, I can't host this year. I
You don't
bought a
have
room
room.
size loom and I have no more furniture.
I got rid of my dining room table to put a loom in.
To put a loom in. My family would not be shocked if they learned that I did that. There would be some eye rolls, and of course you did, Jocelyn.
Of course you did. I know, right? So, okay, I'm going to look here. Sabrina said, okay, Sabrina, it hurts my back too. So Sabrina said she has a 32-inch Ashford, which I think is what this, it's exactly what this is.
Okay.
Stamp right there. I know, it was funny because we were doing a knit night last night and one of the girls was doing a weaving class at Little Red Mitten. So she was doing her homework of, just weaving and weaving and weaving and weaving to get the feel of it. And that was the one thing I was going to ask her by the end of, like, we were chatting for about an hour and a half. And I wanted to ask her, I'm like, does your back hurt? Because that's what I find. I think because I find like I lean over when I do it and then I get really sore. Anyways, anybody have any tips on that?
Correct your posture.
I know, sit up straighter. I don't know, or
raise the loom so it's closer. So like, are you leaning over because you want to see what you're doing, and then in which case the distance isn't correct for your glasses or your current vision strength?
Well, I think it's because I've got it sitting on the dining room table, so then I'm leaning over it.
Yeah,
I really would want it to be tipped up.
So you need a riser so that it's up. So you need a floor stand. So it's where it's supposed to be, and you're at the distance you're supposed to be, and your back is straight.
Yeah.
Then it probably wouldn't hurt your back as much. I mean, your back muscles will be sore the first few times you correct your posture because you don't use it properly. So there's that. But like, of the two options, I'd rather have slightly sore back muscles while I train for better posture than throw my back out and not be able to do anything for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
We don't want that.
We don't want that. All right, I'm gonna go look at all the comments because everybody's chit-chatting. I know Liz is dad. Today is his 100th birthday.
Ooh, lovely.
I know. So
that's a heck of a milestone.
That is. I saw some pictures that looked like you guys had a great party. I just was scrolling through Facebook and saw that they filled his room, Liz said, with 100 balloons. So that's fun. So I hope he had a great birthday. Of course I went big. I'll always go big. Weaving makes sense. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Sherry. You can do 18-inch panels is just like knitting in pieces and sew them together. So that's like with a smaller loom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm seriously thinking about getting a smaller one so it is more portable.
I know the scarf width and the belt width, they're not.
Yeah.
I have to start with a fabric panel or a width big enough that it could be the front of a shirt, or two of them could be the back of a something. Like I'd have to be able to start with something that is wider to start with, because I wouldn't make anything smaller and use it.
So see, we bought this for our knitting group, and the idea that it would be probably primarily for scarves, but we could do Afghan panels, or you could do tea towels on it. So I bought it with that in mind, thinking that it could do everything.
Yes,
But now I'm thinking that I would also like to get a smaller one, so we've got options.
that's fair.
Yeah.
Guys, space is at a premium.
Hi, Elsa.
At a premium in my apartment.
Oh, hey, Miranda. Miranda's from is that Carolina?
NC would be North Carolina.
Nice. Well, welcome. Okay, so what's everybody knitting tonight? Or crocheting, or weaving, or spinning, or whatever?
Macrame.
How are you
Tufting.
feeling?
Maybe you're a taxidermist and you're working. We don't know.
What are you doing while you're listening / watching?
I'm
Oh,
working on my Endless Summer Breeze cardigan. Because
nice.
I figured that I would definitely not want to be working on the blanket this evening. And I'm correct, I don't. So I did my blanket work earlier today. And then I could do a bunch of knitting now and a bunch of knitting through Critical Role.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Sabrina, that okay, maybe stops me from buying a floor stand. So Sabrina said hers is on a floor stand and it still hurts her back. So yeah, maybe it's like Jocelyn said, well, obviously it's a posture thing for sure. Just yeah, I don't know what the solution to that is. Hi, Brian. Hey, Sam. Yeah, happy birthday to Liz's dad. So fun.
Yeah, my mommy's birthday's tomorrow.
Nice.
We were chatting today and I was like, do you have big plans for your birthday tomorrow? Guys, big plans in my family is not having to cook dinner.
That's right. Asa, it is. I was thinking about your birthday just a couple of days ago. So
Yeah, didn't it just pass?
Asa says it's past midnight, which means it is her birthday. Well,
Yeah.
happy birthday, Asa.
Yeah, because Asa's birthday's the same day as my mom's, isn't it? Because
Yes,
mom's is tomorrow. So yeah, it's the same day as
so
my mom's.
Asa's already in tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, Asa, guess what that means?
Oh no, it's time for birthday song.
It is birthday time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Asa. Happy birthday to you. So Asa, it is so Friday. Your birthday is on a Friday, so you have a whole like birthday weekend. Anything exciting planned?
Do you want my traditional happy birthday greeting also?
Yeah. I love it. It makes me laugh every time.
It's because it's very me.
It's true.
Happy level update. Don't forget to save your progress before you go pick up the next adventure in the tavern. And remember, adventures are dangerous. Always take your kitten. It's an internet meme where it says it's dangerous outside. Here, take this. And it's a picture of a tiny little kitten, growling at the screen. Like, what's a kitten going to do, right? Like, it's got 1 hit point. It's dead the first time it gets hit. But, adventuring's dangerous. Take a companion.
Well, happy level up day. Happy
level up day.
I like that. That always makes me smile every time you say that.
Well, that's how we should approach birthdays. You've leveled up, man. You survived a whole year. You're not guaranteed to do that. It doesn't matter what your genetics are. You're not guaranteed to do it.
No, I know.
It is a gift.
That's why I'm so excited for Liz to be able to host a birthday party for her dad for 100.
100. That's a heck of an age to make.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, no, that's something everybody gets to do. All right, so let's see here. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, Mary's embroidering. Fun.
Ooh, lovely. I keep practicing my embroidery. I'm not getting any better at it. I don't know if it's a vision thing or that I want to have embroidery like I've done it since I was 8 and I never will. I don't know where the roadblock is in there. I want to make these beautiful, complicated, wonderful floral patterns. I can't stitch straight. It's a problem.
As long
as I gotta work on.
I was doing some needle felting, what, 2 weekends ago, last weekend, I can't remember, last weekend.
I promised people I would never do a craft that involved stabbing something while
See,
holding it down.
I still have it sitting here.
Have you not worked on it?
I have not since I've come home. But I
That's
should. I want to keep it
should.
and just play. It's like my little, some of you guys probably already saw this, but it's, not winning any awards, but I had so much fun doing it. And I just want to keep doing more because I just find it so relaxing and just, yeah, I'm not super great at it, but I have fun. So I'm just going to keep doing it. Just like my singing. I'm not particularly good at it, but I like it. So you guys all get subjected to it.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think it's better not to be amazing at something because then you've got space to grow and learn. If you're amazing at something,
Right.
you've reached the top. What's left?
Well, true enough. True enough. Yeah, that's right. So let's see so what else is everybody knitting? I saw Sally said Sally's knitting her socks. Who said they were Sabrina said an Irish hiking scarf. So
what is an Irish hiking scarf?
I don't know. Is it cables? That's my first thought. I'm thinking something cable-y. We can make up words too, right? I don't know. Okay, we'll have to see what the details are. Is it color work? Is it cables? Is it just a scarf with a fancy name?
Haha, I went and I looked it up. Okay, because
look it up that quick.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not looking up. I'm not looking up the scarf. I was looking up Jack of all trades because I don't remember the full quote, but I like the full quote. So it's like, I heard it once on an Instagram reel.
Okay.
So it was like, I know it's Old English. It dates circa 13th, what is it they say? 1390, so 14th century.
Wow.
So we start seeing it show up. Doesn't mean that's what had happened. It means that's when we started seeing it. Like it could be older than that, but it's not younger than that. Does that make sense? So
Sure.
we date historical things. We're not sure that's its birthday, but it's definitely at least this old. Possibly older.
Sure.
Says the Jack of all trades is a master of none, though oftentimes better, or what is it? The Jack of all trades is a master of none, though oftentimes better than the master of one. I'd rather be a Jack of all trades. I might not master everything, but I will know more than any master of one thing.
Okay.
I like the way that thinking goes. I would rather have a smattering of knowledge across the board rather than specializing in only having knowledge in one thing.
Right.
So like, can I do electrical? Yes. Am I good at it? No. I have to sit and think real hard because I don't do it very often. But my friends who are electricians who don't have carpentry skills can't build a house. So like, I would rather be able to build a house roughly and at least know kind of what I'm doing and know where I don't know and ask for help than only know one thing and have to ask for help for 90% of it.
That makes sense.
Same with crafting trade-offs. Like, I'm never going to be a master of embroidery. My flowers aren't going to look that pretty. That's okay.
That's all right.
That's okay. I also know how to spin, sew, hand sew. Technically, I will know how to weave once I figure it out. Like, I'll know a lot of little things or a little of a lot of things.
I like that. I think that's how I would prefer to be as well.
But I've always got space to grow because I'm not done learning. Ever. I'm never done.
Also saying happy birthday to your mom.
Yeah. Well, she called me today and I wasn't able to pick up the phone. I don't answer the phone when I'm in the bathroom. I just don't. It's rude. I don't do it. So I called her back when I got out and I was like, you called? She's like, yes, but she'd forgotten what it was that she wanted to ask me. So hopefully she remembers tomorrow and phones me again. So we chatted for a bit and caught up with family stuff. So
good.
Because I have family in Yellowknife. So I start like, ooh, those fires are getting kind of close. Do we know where your brother is? And she's like, yes, we do. I'm like, oh, good.
Good.
So it's good to know where the uncle is roughly, because there's a lot of people evacuating right now. Do we have a head count for the family in Yellowknife where they are at the moment? we're a really loose family, guys. Like we're all across the Western provinces. So like it's not uncommon to talk to a cousin 5, 6, 7 years after the last time I've talked to a cousin. And they've like changed provinces, spouses, and like had extra kids. Like that's not an uncommon phenomenon for us. We're not one of those life thing happens, we immediately update the whole family. We don't. It sort of just like filters through the line and forms of conversations. Like my Uncle Bruce was in my Uncle Victor was in British Columbia for a while. I think I found out like a year after he moved there. Like we're not worried about those sorts of things. It's like you're still alive. Okay, good. That's the important part. Where you are is not as relevant. You're good. That's great.
Oh, so us. Oh, Sabrina's birthday is next Thursday.
Ooh, lots of Leos.
Yeah, lots of birthdays.
Lots of Leos.
The office says, oh yeah. She loves your birthday greeting, Jocelyn. I know, it's fun.
It's
So
very
our
neat.
birthday's Friday, no plans. I had planned
Good.
on a day off, but I need to go to work for a few hours.
Close.
Well, why don't you get out early and, do what
I
you can
mean,
do.
really, if you have to go to work for a couple of extra hours, you totally just justified whatever takeaway you want, plus dessert.
There you
I mean, you
go.
had to work on your birthday. Maybe a skein of yarn, whatever it is that is a treat.
Definitely a skein of yarn. Oh, Sabrina says the Irish hiking scarf is cables.
Ah, okay. That would make sense. I love the look of cables so much. I love it. I love it. I love it squishy. I love the look. I love the form. I hate making them. I hate making them. I hate making them.
You don't know? Well, maybe, yes. I could see that might be just more difficult.
I think if I could see the stitches better, I probably wouldn't be quite so resentful.
Yeah.
Because I can feel yarn overs for lace knitting. And if you're doing a really complicated lace stitch, it's all in the one stitch that you're doing it for that short period of time, and then you move on, and then I can feel the pattern, because I can feel where the holes in the knitting are. But like
Right.
with cables, I can't really tell if the cable's braiding properly. Somebody else has to tell me. So like I could finish a whole piece, and it could be wrong. Very obviously, like 2/3 of the way down, and I'll have no idea.
Yeah. So that's just not.
So
Well, my yarn just broke, which was annoying.
yes.
So it broke, and then I was thinking, oh, please tell me I'm like right at the end of my row or something, and I could
Nope.
just get last few stitches. And no, I'm right smack dab in the middle. So,
Yeah, that's usually how that works, right?
so anyways, not the end of the world, but I'm on a little bit of a time crunch with this project. So look at this. I've
Is that
got
the one you have to be done by Thursday?
Saturday.
Okay.
No. But I'm on track. There looks like a lot of yarn in here. Look how this is all like wound. Isn't that the coolest thing?
That is really nifty.
Yes, isn't it? So
Yeah, but it's super floppy. There's not a lot of yarn left.
no, there's not. Sam said this looks like the toy. Like, you remember the toy you have for like toddlers, the
Oh,
shape, and you got to put like the square and the circle.
in the square
and
hole. Yeah. No, she's
that's
not wrong. It
exactly.
absolutely does.
It does, right? So like I've got a nice big hole in the center. So there's now mind you, there's still quite a bit of yarn here, but
Nowhere near as much.
I'm down to under 50 grams.
Yeah, so nowhere near as much as you had on Monday.
I had over 70 on Monday.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to knit Tuesday. No, maybe I started Tuesday night. No, I can't remember if I did Wednesday night. I don't know. Anyways, I'm supposed to knit 17 grams a night. And I have done that. Yeah, I did that last night. So hopefully, well, I will do it tonight because I should, if I stop knitting backwards, I should have lots of knitting time while we're chatting. And I started watching some cooking bake-off show on
Okay.
Netflix the other night, so I thought, well, that I'll just be able to keep watching that.
Yep.
When we're done, that'll keep me, because I want to, once I start something, I want to binge watch it all. So that will keep me awake and I can keep knitting. So as long as I hit my target knitting amount tonight, I should be good.
Excellent.
Should be good. So just gonna keep knitting away here. All
I
right.
have
So
to
what
catch the
everybody-
next episode of the anime I'm watching.
the what?
The anime, anime TV shows can be released either weekly or in bulk, depending on what's going on.
Okay.
In this case, it's being released weekly, so I have to catch this week's episode.
Okay. That just seems so backwards, releasing things weekly now.
Well, they're coming out of Japan. They do things a little differently than we do here at this point.
It just seems so old fashioned. It seems like it backwards. Oh, Sabrina's a Virgo, so we must be Leo and Virgo must.
It flips about the middle of the month.
This week is the dividing line for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sam, you're welcome. Also has a hair appointment on her birthday. So I guess I still have dinner at a restaurant close to that. Well, that'd be nice. Dinner out on your birthday is always nice. Oh, Asa, she just bought 3 sweater quantities of yarn.
She did.
Did it come from Erin or someplace else? What are you gonna make, Asa? Well, I mean, 3, that could just be call it your birthday present, right? See, I know Liz. Okay, see, Liz, everybody else, every time I show this ball, everybody's like, oh my gosh, that's so much yarn. You'll never get that done by Saturday. But Liz says it has gone down a lot, and it has gone down a lot because really it's.
Sorry,
I don't.
the fire alarm in one of the suites just went off, so I was trying to figure out if it was somebody burning dinner. In fact, it was somebody burning dinner.
Oh, okay. You don't have to. Are you sure? Do you need to?
Oh yeah, I usually wait. If it turns off within about 2 minutes, it means somebody's panicking, running around their kitchen, trying to turn the fire alarm off, open the windows, air out.
Okay.
And guys, they're 12-foot high ceilings. You cannot get to the fire alarms without a serious step stool or a ladder in this building.
So you just
They
can't
are
grab
up
it.
there. You just can't grab
a
it.
towel and
No,
just.
you can't do that. You have to get up high to deal with it. And the one in the entryway, which is the one closest to the kitchen in most suites, is on the ceiling. So like they made it difficult to get to so that you couldn't just unplug the battery and risk
Ooh.
everybody else's lives. Like,
No, yeah, you don't want to unplug it.
you don't want to do that. So it's fine. It's not uncommon, guys. It's the end of September, university students are moving into buildings. We're gonna have fire alarms for a little bit because there'll be a first-year student somewhere in the building who was never taught to cook and allowed to slack on basic adulting skills. So like there's just an increase in fire alarms in September, end of August. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Oh, yeah, Sam, Liz and Jude. Yeah, Sam. Yes. I like Liz. I like it. She says, relax, Sam. Knitting should be enjoyable. That's right. Don't stress. Just knitting. Don't stress. Oh, awesome. So her yarn is from a Norwegian dyer. It's
really pretty.
Hand dyed, and 2 of the sweater quantities is a blend of merino and silk, and 1 is merino. Ooh, nice.
So soft.
Do you know what pattern you're doing for any of the sweaters, or you just got enough and then you're going to figure it out? Yeah, merino and silk sounds lovely. It will be so nice and soft. Yeah, also says it's so soft.
Crazy how soft it is.
Sam, well, you know what, Sam, I'm sure you cast on something for Mosaic Knitting. You've done so many projects in the past. Once you get going, it'll all come back to you. You'll know, just slipping stitches. Nice and easy, very fun. So what does everybody else have planned for the weekend? I'm thinking, ooh, I probably will go probably to Little Red Mitten and Knit Stitch this weekend between Friday and Saturday. I will probably
Yeah.
hit both shops. Yes, and we have a new one that's opened. No, she's not as close. She is in Woodstock, so that's a longer drive. But I may go there Saturday too, because she opened last week and I wasn't able to get there during her
Opening.
hours. So, but this weekend I think I can.
Ooh, that'll be lovely.
Yeah, so I think I may just take a drive over there.
I have D&D tomorrow night, and then I have the Patreon e-knitted on Sunday. Instead of Saturday this month, because Saturday is Diana and Mr. Diana's 5th wedding anniversary.
Oh,
So they're off for a wine tour
nice,
for the
nice,
day,
nice.
which is good. And then boom, we're into next week, and it's almost the end of August.
Month is here. Yep. That's right. Mary said the Michigan Fiber Festival starts tomorrow through Sunday, and you said you're going, didn't you, Mary?
That'll be exciting.
That'll be
Ooh.
so exciting.
Fireworks. It to be so aggressive on my street. People don't move. They don't move out of the way. Like they don't either forget what the etiquette is or never bother to learn it.
That's not good.
So these are downtown streets, they're fairly narrow. Like you have to know your driving etiquette. The volume of people who don't is astonishing.
Mary, do you have any plans for the Fiber Festival this weekend? Any booths that you definitely want to hit up? Any yarn that you're looking to buy?
Always a good idea to investigate who's going to be there to figure out what vendors you'd like to hit up first. Like if you know there's one that sells out real quick, you're gonna want to go there quick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We had such a great time there. That was 2019. Just I snuck 2 trips in 2019. Yeah, and so one was to the Michigan Fiber Festival. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. So Mary, Dorlin, and I are actually going over to Michigan on Monday, and we have plans to go. We figured, so we're just we figured that once we're going to hit a Hobby Lobby, and that'll be the first time I've been back to Hobby Lobby since we were all together. And that was with B and Patty that we went into Hobby Lobby, and we had so much fun. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I thought, yeah, so this will be our first trip back over the border. So we're gonna go find a Hobby Lobby and see what we can find.
Get into some trouble.
Have fun is what I like to call it.
See what we can find. I've already started buying pumpkins.
I know. Well, I'm actually kind of excited because yeah, all the stores have their fall and Halloween stuff out. So I'm excited to see what I can find for fall decor while we're over there.
About a shiny orange pumpkin, shiny metal orange pumpkin.
Oh, fun.
I don't have one of those, so very happy.
Susanna is going to try to stay cool. Got into my car after work, then temperature was 41.
Yeah, it's really hot in Western Canada right now.
Yep. Yikes.
I'm enjoying the last cool day for a while. It's back to air conditioned and iced coffees tomorrow, which reminds me I gotta make sure I prep everything so iced coffee can be slowly making itself cold brew style on the countertop overnight tonight. Because it's like 12 to 16 hours to steep for cold brew at room temperature, which is on the countertop.
Oh, you guys. Oh, Mary, I'm so jealous. Mary says there's a group of us going. I'm taking 2 classes. Okay, what are you taking? Okay, is it the same group that you went with last time? Because those ladies were hilarious. Hilarious.
I feel like they should be the group you go with again so that you have just as much fun.
Oh my gosh, we almost got kicked out of every place we went. I am sure of it. I'm sure the staff was like on the verge of like, ooh, do we tell them to be quiet? Do we? Oh my gosh.
Really depends like how dirty were the jokes you were telling.
Oh, some of them were significantly, yeah.
The only
They were-
thing more
they were
gossipy than a boy
funny.
is the dirty jokes an old lady can tell. Don't ask me why, guys. Don't ask me
Oh my
why.
gosh.
I hang
We
out
had
with
so much
men.
fun.
Men gossip more about things than women do. But if I'm hanging out with women who are like 50 and older, they tell the dirtiest jokes. Like they tell
Oh
jokes
my
where I'm like,
gosh.
wow, how do you
Oh,
feel that's appropriate in public? And it
I
takes a
know.
lot for me to get there.
It was, oh my God, it was so fun hanging out with Mary and her friends. We had so much fun.
Just good.
Yeah, it was definitely a trip we will always remember for sure. Uh oh yes, well that Mary, that's good. So get some fun in before you have a couple of days that you're not feeling so well. Oh, some of the girls are the same. Well, you will have fun, I am sure. Well, you will, because it'll just be a great time. So good, good, good. Yes, we will have to at some point, yes, kind of coordinate a trip maybe next year back to the Michigan Fiber Festival because it was a lovely show.
Sounded like great fun. So I look forward to
Yeah.
photos and stuff from this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Mary, you'll have to post some fun. Somebody, oh, so did you tell us in the comment what your classes are? Like, are they knitting or are they other fiber, like weaving, spinning, needle punch, needle felting, macrame? I don't know. What all fun things. Um, let's see. Oh, hey, Pravina, how are you? Oh, yeah, Tracy says the 100 plus this last week in BC. Ugh, yeah, super hot. Oh, Sabrina says 105. But Sabrina, you're in like Arkansas. What state are you in? You're in the south, right? So is 105, is that hotter than normal for you, or is just kind of normal temperatures? Oh, Mary says, okay, Mary? No, Jocelyn.
It's me.
Okay, Mary is saying Jocelyn.
Yes.
Mine are real life occurrences, no jokes. Her Mary gets herself in all kinds of predicaments.
I got introduced to a
Or-
lady while in small town Saskatchewan to the point where the community center is attached to the library and the town fair shuts down the only main road small. Because a lady walked by and said, remind me to have my mom tell you how she ended up with a male member suction cupped to the inside of her locker at work. That was my intro. That was my intro at like 8:30 in the morning. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm like, it's very early in the morning to hear about that particular plastic body part, but all right, yes, let's do this. And then I had to wait all day to get the story because we were literally in the community center attached to the library in a town so small that most people had to get hotels outside of town and then come in or camp. We
Oh my
stayed
God.
at almost an hour away at my mom's house because it really wasn't that far of a drive. So I don't doubt it because you just collect, and I've collected many a story at this point in my life where I'm like, this is not appropriate for small humans to hear, but will be delightful when there's only adults around. And you don't even think about it at the time as like sort of shining moments of your life. And then you look back and you're like, that's not everyone's going to think that's normal. I did my high school homework for grade 11 behind the counter at an adult video store because my good friend at the time worked there. So I would rewind those tapes while getting help with my math homework. That was normal for me. Which is, I know, not the case for most people.
You know? Okay.
So
There's
that.
so many
like,
things we could say to that.
everybody's got those kinds of stories. It's just once you reach a certain point, you're like, you know what? I do not care anymore. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just going to tell them because they're fun stories. I think that's the best age to get to because you just do not give a flying fart anymore. You're just going to share your adventures. And if you don't have those stories, go get them. Go collect some. Go collect some. You're going to be so happy that you did.
Oh man.
So happy.
That'd be so fun.
I've had male strippers make pancakes in the morning and they didn't come home with me. Made great pancakes and looked just as good in my frilly girly apron as they did while on stage. Loved my roommate at the time. She was a very nice lady. She shared their cooking skills. I just loved them in the kitchen because it was my house.
I know. There's always stories, right?
But you collect stories. That's the point of living, is to collect stories, to do things that are like later on. I'm gonna think this is funny right now. Oh my god, if my mother knew what I was doing.
Yeah, I have a male stripper story too.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think everybody should have one of those, at least one, right? When you're
You should go
in
partying.
college.
Go partying with drag queens. If you've not partied with drag queens, go figure out how to be friends with a drag queen and go party with a drag queen. Trust me.
There you go.
Go to a gay rave party. Just do it. You are going to have so much fun. It is going to be absurd. And it's going to be so delightful to be in a club where it does not matter what gender bathroom you use. The men there don't care. They don't care. Because I know they don't care because I walked in and said, I'm not waiting on the girls' line, I gotta go. And they're like, stall, did not care. Had to pee. Just not, I didn't care that they were standing at the urinals doing their thing. I had to go do mine and we all pee. So I don't stand while I pee. It's not a thing I do very well. It's like, I used a stall. That's it. That's just fine. It's fine. But it's yeah. I mean, it's awkward when the drag queen hits on you to freak people out because at first you're not sure what you're supposed to do when they're doing that. But once you know them as people, it's totally fine. And just do those things because those are the things you remember when you're done.
That's right.
Those are the things you remember when you're done.
I agree.
Yeah. Is it always worth the hospital visit because some guy decided to ride a crotch rocket while he was drunk? Not always, no. Sometimes it comes with, yeah, that was boring. But somebody had to take his butt to the ER and I was the only sober person. So like sometimes it backfires.
Yeah, you don't want to have any police or medical interventions involved in these stories.
Try to avoid that part.
Yeah. Anything else is fair game though, pretty much.
Everything else is fine. Everything else is fine.
Oh, okay. Yes. So Sabrina says 105 is hotter than average, so usually 90.
So yeah, you're warmer than usual, which is, gross.
Oh, but yeah. So yeah, she says they'll be in shorts until late October.
I mean, we will be here too as well, but we will be, I don't think, what's 105 in Celsius, like 40?
I think so.
Something like 100 is like 40 degrees Celsius, 100 Fahrenheit is like 40 Celsius. I don't know. Okay, so I can't tell you how tall I am in centimeters without thinking about it real hard because I know it in feet and inches. I can't cook in grams, like I can't bake in grams. I have to do it in quarter cups and half cups. Yep. But I can't tell you how much snowfall in feet. I have to do it in centimeters. The mashup of metric and imperial in my head doesn't make any sense. It's fine.
Well, you know what you know, right?
I know what I know, and I don't know enough of either to say on either system.
I saw Sam today at Knitting Jocelyn, and she showed me pictures. She went to a drag show, and I saw pictures. And
they're so fun.
It looked amazing.
It's so good. Good. Like, go party with a stripper. Just trust me. They're delightful human beings. And like, I hung out with people who were saving money to go to law school.
Yeah.
Sharp as tacks. Like, these women were smart.
You can't shut up on me.
So smart. I'm just like, wow, that is not what people are going to think of you. I mean, I've also worked at places where I've had to phone with police officers because somebody needed to be picked up to be taken to the drunk tank. Now, I mean, he thanked me profusely because the snowmen were out to eat him. It was July, and he was hiding behind the newspaper dispensers. But it's fine. Once I realized he was on something and loaded on booze, and I asked, could I call so somebody could come pick him up to defend him from the snowmen? And he said, yeah, he needed the cops because the snowmen were going to eat him. I phoned. I went back to my front desk at the hotel and said, hey, it's me from the place I was working at. And I was like, you need a pickup? Is it serious? Well, the snowmen are going to eat us. Right. We'll send someone over with the wagon. I'm like, probably for the best. I've also worked as an overnight waitress. So like I had conversations at 4 a.m. with truckers. They're great people. Their book recommendations are off the charts. Like they know books.
Well, yeah, they'll just listen to audiobooks.
Yeah. So like their recommendations are always amazing for a very obvious reason. It's a huge chunk of their life.
All right, so I'm thinking Mary has a story here because she's talking about what about a mechanical bull?
Depends on who's riding the bull. I never rode the bull. Even then I realized it was probably a bad idea. And I never got loaded enough at the bar to be convinced it was a good idea. I wore skirts. I wore short skirts and I didn't wear shorts underneath them. So I usually said no because I wasn't wearing the right kind of undergarments for that to be a thing to do.
So you didn't have enough drinks to forget about your undergarment situation.
I had not had enough drinks to forget that I wore thongs and didn't have stuff that covered my butt. I never did it, but boy, did I have friends who did it.
But apparently that's not a thing because I was at the beach last weekend and
it stopped being a thing.
Is totally optional.
Oh yeah. So that's fine now, but
oh yeah. Anyways, poor Tracy says her air conditioning's been broken, so she's trying to stay cool the best she can.
Yes, it's dangerous. Heat gets dangerous way faster than cold.
It does, and you don't think about it. We're so used to like cold emergencies, not heat.
You will die from heat exposure far faster than you will ever from cold exposure.
Yeah. Well,
stay as cool as you can.
All right, I'm back on track with my knitting here.
Good. I'm doing my second row of lace. This is my second last section of lace. I'm gonna have to do the super scientific measuring method.
Oh yes.
To make sure I'm on track lengthwise.
Okay.
According to the math. And then make a decision on when I want to start fading from my first color to my second color. So I'm almost at the point where I'm either gonna have to start in this stockinette section or the next stockinette section. So once I'm done this section of 3 lace, I need to make the call, as it were.
Oh, Tracy's saying not broken, non-existent. Yeah, I don't have air conditioning either, Tracy. I just have a fan.
I have a portable AC unit that my dad bought me that I plug in every year. Otherwise, it's windows and fans. And it only does the living room and a bit of the kitchen. It's the biggest room in my apartment. So like there are days where I just live there. Like I sleep on the couch, live there. Like me and the cat generally don't leave. Like if it gets up to the high 30s, we just sort of chill in the living room all day. Because it's the only cool room in the building. And like I'll come here and I will strictly only be here to record. I write blog posts on my phone, I edit on my phone, I do like everything possible from my smartphone on the couch in the living room because I don't want to be in the heat.
Oh, yeah.
And I have cold
Absolutely, I hear you.
baths. Oh, I love a cool bath. Cool baths, hot beverages. Don't ask me why.
Well,
And midday naps.
napping is always good.
Oh yeah.
So Sam, for your mosaic project, you are, I'm assuming, row 1 will be a right side row. So your yarn will be your working yarn will be at the back when you slip. You always want your working yarn to be on the wrong side.
I have to try mosaic knitting at some point.
Mhm.
It's on my list of things where I'm like, it's not that hard. I just need to sit down and find a pattern I want to try.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. Though I am excited, the last update from the Manitoba Fiber Festival was that because they've expanded so much this year, and
Yeah.
they're in a fairly confined space out on the X grounds, just outside of town here.
Mhm.
I say town, outside of the city here, that they're going to have to move the animals to a separate, smaller building, just a few steps away, essentially.
Yeah.
Basically, the building next door. It's not that far. So I'm excited to watch the growth.
That's fun.
It'll be good. Sad that I'm gonna have to change buildings to watch like sheep shearing and stuff, but also we'll breathe better because we won't have the animals in the building with the yarn.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to have them separate.
I do love them. My nose, not so much. I think they're great. My nose and sheep don't get along as well as I would like them to. Fair. My nose is pretty picky. So I'm excited to see what the layout will be because they said they wanted to expand their classrooms this year and have more vendor space. So I'm excited to see what other vendors are coming in. So have I looked at the list? No. Have I heard rumors? Yes. How do I feel about it? Indifferent till I double check. Do I wish they'd stop being just outside of the city and move into the city? Yes. Do I know people will complain if they do it? Yes. These are things I acknowledge.
So, okay. So Mary, did you tell us what your classes are? Or is it a secret? You don't have to tell us if you don't want to. I just wondered if I had missed it or not.
Not hard for us to get on a tangent.
I'm just sitting here, just knitting back and forth.
Me too.
Oh, okay. So Jocelyn, this is probably a question for you, but I think the answer is yes.
Okay.
Mary wants to know, is there mosaic crochet?
I have no idea.
I think a bag I did many years ago, but I'm not sure if it was
possible. That I might not be like, it might not be mosaic crochet, but it mimics the look of mosaic knitting in crochet. So like possibly.
Yeah, there must be. You would think there's something that would be similar.
I haven't looked hardcore. It's more like I know the term mosaic, I know the term of different types, and I've been like, yes, that sounds interesting.
Well, we'll have to see. I'm sure somebody will have an answer.
Oh, I hope so.
Because that would be a fun thing to try.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's what I saw. You said spoon, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Okay, so I did miss it. Yeah, so Mary did say, so she said she is doing basket weaving and supported spindle on a silver spoon.
I want to take basket weaving.
I know, that would be so fun. And this, the supported spindle, that will be amazing. I want to know the silver spoon. Okay, that's interesting. But yeah,
intrigued, but I would take basket weaving.
Oh, I would do both. Like basket weaving is one of those things I think I would want to do at once, just to say I've done it and make something cute and probably lopsided. But To do, but the spinning, I would definitely do the spinning.
Hey, my very first spun on the pottery wheel bowl made an excellent salsa chip thing for my dad.
Oh,
It did
don't
not
even
turn out the way it was supposed to.
so you guys know my sister-in-law is a potter and
Yep.
she has her own studio and store and teaches, and I have tried the wheel multiple times. I will never be a potter. Never be a potter. I every once in a while by fluke I can get that flipping clay centered on that wheel, but oh my word, it does not come naturally to me. So
I
I
prefer to coil build. I prefer to build so you don't do it on the wheel,
Mhm.
which helps because there's no motion involved. It's a stationary thing you can work with. But you actually make very thin coils, and then
Okay.
you place the coils in the shape you want, and then you smooth the coils out into the shape that you're making. So like
Oh,
it's essentially it's pottery without the wheel is what it is, but
yeah,
it's slower, but it's the form I like because I like the control and the feel of it. But
yeah.
I well before my vision started to fade, I figured out that while yes, I could do stuff on the wheel, I was happier doing the slower technique.
Giving them
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. I mean, I have fun and I have friends who really enjoy pottery, so I'll go and play around with it.
Oh, I
And
thoroughly enjoy it. Same with paint nights.
it's
I always find them quite fun to do.
yeah, it's fun. And yeah, I don't know as pottery will ever be my thing. I love the hand building. I like that. The wheel I struggle with, but I'm not giving up. I will do it again, and maybe that's the thing. I just need to keep trying it until eventually all the things click. And I'm not entirely sure. I'm wondering if it is a left-handed thing because I want to do it with a different hand. So I don't know if that's just going to take me a little bit longer until I get until it literally it clicks. I don't know. But anyways, that's all right.
Possibly.
Fun.
If you've got a right-handed person teaching you anything as a left-handed person, it
Mhm.
will potentially add some complications to your brain figuring it
Yeah,
out
so I
until
think
your brain takes left and right out of the situation.
yeah,
Like, so long as you can approach things with a dominant, non-dominant, and that's the descriptors you're given, you will just make the dominant your left hand, and you will just make the not dominant your right hand. And then
yeah.
it turns out fine because you're not trying to force your brain to use a hand you don't instinctively
Mhm,
want to use. Yeah.
mhm. So I think that might be part of my problem, but yeah, I just have this feeling that if I do it one more time, all of a sudden I'll
It'll
get the
click.
feel, and yeah,
Oh
I'll
yeah,
enjoy
it can
it.
click. You still might even enjoy the hand stuff when you're done, even when you got it to click. That's
Yeah,
totally
well
fine.
the hand building is fun, just getting your hands in the clay and yeah, it's fun. So I would probably still love doing that anyways, even if I did get the hang of the wheel.
Entirely feasible.
So let's see. Mary said, Mary says, I've been told basket weaving is addictive. I am sure it is.
I so hope it is. I so hope it's fun. I'm so jealous. So
Yeah.
jealous.
You'll have
I'd love to learn how to basket weave.
you will have to post some pictures, Mary. Um,
Everyone would get baskets for gifts because I would just be making them like crazy, I suspect.
yeah, you'll have to show us, post a picture in the Fiber Friends group of your basket and whatever you walk away with. That would be so fun to see.
Also, my fear if I ever start leather working is that I will just fall down that rabbit hole so happily. It would
Yeah,
be a problem.
that's something that I don't really have any interest in, but Mary, her next comment, this is something that I have thought about doing.
Okay.
Um, she said a group of us went to a glass blowing class. We only got to use a form and we didn't blow the glass. Okay. I would imagine that's a bit of a skill that you have to acquire.
Pre-pandemic, so I don't know if it's offered anymore. It was a glass blowing studio at the Forks, and they made the most gorgeous things. Like I've always wanted the witch balls, like the super beautiful blown glass balls. I've always wanted some of them. They're so pretty. Like I want to swear that's how pretty they are. Just so gorgeous. And I've never bought any for myself. I really should. And they would offer classes, and I've always wanted to take the class. Now I am visually limited, so like I would pay for a private class so that we could adapt around the visual limitations, right? Because like I know that is a dangerous environment. So I would want the additional assistance of one-on-one teaching. But just the idea, even if I'm just blown into a form, doesn't matter. Like just
Yeah,
try it.
would be amazing.
I
Well,
also want to try the dancing techniques with the balls on chains that are on fire. Like the laundry list of things I just want to attempt just cause is excessive and probably dangerous. I don't want to jump out of an airplane, but I want to dance with a flaming circle beside me. So like I have
yeah,
my own
I can
dangerous
pass on that.
inclination. Have you never seen the fire dancers?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, oh, I will find you a YouTube link and send it. I see them in the winter time because they do their displays in the snow and stuff. And like they're not wearing any outside clothes because it's hot dancing with flame, but it's essentially a long metal chain or rope like item. And then there's a ball on the end of it. And the ball itself is filled with a liquid fire. So like not gasoline because it doesn't smell like it, but way to keep the fire going. And then the balls are literally lit on fire. So when the balls move, you get the dancing, twirling light effect of fire moving around. So like not super safe, but also not super dangerous. Like if you know what you're doing, you're fine. Like if you're
Yeah,
trained,
yeah.
you're fine. Same with like carpenters who use nail guns. Nail
Yeah.
guns are dangerous. But if you know what you're doing, you're okay. So it's like, uh, I wanna try. I want to like so bad one year. I just want to see if they'll show me how. Just want to go, do you want the challenge of teaching a blind lady how to use that? Because oh my God, do I want to learn?
Ah, well, then go do it.
One year I'm going to end up asking them.
Tracy said here that there are wheels that you can change between left and right-handed.
Yes.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Oh, hey, Lynn, take a course in basket weaving, then I think it would be, oh, so she says she think it would be hard on the hands. Yeah, I don't know. I
Possible.
remember when
But I
I
mean,
used to set up and I used to do knitting demonstrations at a lot of different fairs and outdoor events and different things. And there was kind of a group of us that kind of went around to all the different festivals, like there was like they were like not crafty ones, like some of them were at car shows, and like there was all kinds of things that or like farmers, like the plowing match kind of thing. And so they, anyways, I'm getting off topic. Anyways, there was a group of us that kind of went around and did this. I did the knitting. There was a lady that did tatting. There was the rug hookers were there. There was a lady who did smocking there, and there was a lady who did chair caning. And that always looked interesting. So, like the wooden chairs that had the seat, that was
the
it
lattice
looked
work.
like, yes. So it looks like what you would use like for baskets. Like I don't know I don't even know what it is. Caning, whatever that is. And she would, yeah, that kind of braid it around and do the seat on a chair. Now, to me, that is a lost art because she's the only person that I know that did that. And she was a lot older than me. And this was a number of years ago. So
So
I
dangerous. It's so
know.
dangerous to lose those art forms.
I know. I'm just trying to think what else. Oh, obviously there was quilting. There was a woman who did spinning. There was nobody weaving, I don't think. Anyways, those were fun days. We had a lot of fun. Always, seeing everybody. And but yeah, does anybody know anybody who does the chair caning? Because yeah, and even Like how in demand are those chairs, right? Yeah, I don't
Which
know.
has always shocked me because chains with the chairs with the chain, like the caning on them, are amazingly comfortable to sit on.
They are, but I can't think, I think my mom has one. But I can't really think, like they're obviously not in style. I don't know, but does anybody else have any thoughts? Like, does anybody have those chairs, or have you ever seen anybody actually like doing the seat part? Yeah, it's something that I don't think I really would have had an interest in doing. But I hope somebody does, because like you said, it would be sad to see some of those things just totally.
A good reference point is medieval sword art. We have descriptions that are like you flow from this form to this form, but nowhere is it written down how to get into the stands for form A. So like we've literally lost a time-honored art form because
Yeah.
it went from something everybody did so nobody wrote about it to something nobody's ever going to know how to do again correctly to that level because
Yeah.
we don't have the instructions for it, because we've lost the knowledge, and we're not smart creatures, people. Generational knowledge, if it is not passed on to the next generation or the generation immediately after, is lost.
Yeah.
Just look around at how many people today cannot mend clothes. Like they simply don't know how to fix a small tear.
Hmm.
Like they don't know stuff that would be considered common knowledge, and then ask them
Right.
to read a historic text. They have no reference point for these things because they don't understand. Like they don't know the basics of cooking. They don't know the basics of,
Yep.
small repairs, because they're not things that are taught anymore. Like it blows my mind the number of times where my mom's like, oh yeah, your dad's over helping so and so do a thing, and my brain goes, you don't know how to do that. But I have to remember that
Yeah.
I was taught that knowledge, and it is exceedingly rare in people of my age range, never mind younger.
Yeah, times are definitely changing, right?
And not entirely for the better. Some of this knowledge we need. Do I need to know how to skin my own whale? Probably not.
Hmm.
Should I really know how the electrical in my house works? Yes, I should. Yes, I should. Whether I'm an electrician or not, I should know how the electrical in my own house works.
Just going through the comments here. So let's see. Yeah, Jude is saying handmade versus mass produced.
Yeah. Oh, we're definitely seeing a push for handmade, which is nice. Vintage to get away from fast fashion. It's nice to see that happening.
Yeah, Mary said she's got an antique rocker that has a cane seat.
Yeah, that's gotta
Yeah.
be the most comfortable thing.
And Mary, yeah, so she's also saying, yeah, I wonder if it's on YouTube. I mean, probably pretty much everything is on YouTube. So hopefully somebody has got a channel on there showing people how to do it.
I hope. It's just tragic when you watch this knowledge die. Just tragic.
Yeah, Jude says, oh, she says there are lots of videos on YouTube. There's lots of many ways to do it. Yeah, I'm sure there is lots of different ways. Oh, Lynn, that's exciting. So Lynn says she's taking a darning class at Stash Lounge, so I can learn to do
Good.
it.
Yeah. Learn to darn.
Okay, Liz says she thinks there's still people around who cane. Some chairs can be replaced by a cane set-in. Others, like rocker in my parents' basement, requires a specialist. Interesting. Oh, I know, Mary. I know. Isn't that, see, so Mary says people look at me like I have three heads when I tell them I can fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
Well,
A lot of people don't know how to do that.
and you know what? So here's my story of the kind of the exact opposite. Like my mom, like my grandparents, my mom, my aunts, like everybody canned and froze and preserved everything. I went to a friend's house. So I remember I think I had just started high school. So I was a teenager, And so we lived in the country. They had my friend's family, they had lived in the country, but they had moved, they moved to Waterloo. So right where Diana is.
Yep.
And so I went there the summer. I think I started high school for like spend a week or something there in the summer. And I was shocked. We were having lunch. We were in, my friend's mom was making us lunch, and we went to have dessert, and she opened a cupboard door and pulled out a can of peaches. I didn't even know you could buy peaches in a can, like from a grocery store, because my whole entire family had always, everything was preserved. So yeah, so it was a shock. I had no idea. I was like, it comes from the grocery store. But yeah, I know but yeah, now it's the complete opposite, right? But hopefully some of these things are making a comeback.
Oh, I
Oh,
hope so.
look at this. Sabrina said, I took a broom making class.
I want to do that too.
That would be awesome. So like the corn broom, is that what it's called? With the what do you call that? Is it, yeah, that would be so yeah, that would be fun. I would never ever thought about doing a broom making class, but you're right.
I keep trying to sign up because a lot of cities and towns will offer like adult learning courses. So they're run through the city centers and stuff. I have yet to make it off the wait list for the hand done moccasins for like inside house
Oh,
slippers. But one day I will get off that wait list. I will remember to sign
that,
up soon enough to take that course.
yeah, I know so many things, right? Like it just, just while we've been talking about basket weaving and broom making, things that I don't in it like jump right to when I think about learning something different. I think about doing rug hooking or needle punch or something, but there's more things out there than I guess you initially think of. A straw broom, Sally says. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
It's really good for me to learn to make my own broom this year.
Jocelyn, Mary says, you better get started. You sound like me. So yes, just wanting to do everything, I think, right?
I'm just like, okay, but how do I do that? How do I learn to do that? Again, I'm not gonna know it exceedingly well, but I'm gonna have the grasp of the basics, which is what I want. Am I a culinary chef? No. Can I cook seasonally within 100 miles of my home living space comfortably and with variety? Yes, I can.
And that's good enough, right?
And it feeds me, and I'm not eating the same thing day in and day out, and I don't eat boxed food, and I don't eat canned food, and I don't eat pre-made stuff because of my food allergy. So like I know how to make root vegetables work, and I treat anything that has to grow in a hot house or things that aren't storable for winter, summer treats only. So I only eat bell peppers when they're in season for the country I live in. I only eat bananas when they're in season. So bananas are a spring, summer treat. I don't eat them in the winter. So like I eat seasonally to force myself to learn the variety, to get into the habit of doing the variety of things. And it doesn't mean pickling everything from here to next Tuesday, because as much as I enjoy a pickled beet, even I don't want to eat pickled beets for 6 months straight. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. Do I buy canned tomatoes in the winter instead of fresh? Yes. Yes, I do. Are they as good? No, they're not. But that's not the point. That's not the point. Point is to force the variety. Do I order miso paste? Yes, guys. Do you know how hard it would be for me to make my own miso? No, I'm not doing it. I can also make my own tofu. Not going to do that either. Have I looked at the process for making tofu? Yes, I have. Will I? No, I won't. No, I won't.
Yeah.
I'd like to and feel like I should know the processes behind these things. Do I make my own fish fillets? Nobody is going to give me a knife that sharp and let me at a dead fish. Nobody's going to give me a knife that sharp and let me at a dead fish. I will cut my hand off. I will cut my hand off. I don't see well enough to do it without damaging myself or what I'm trying to do.
No, we
Do
don't
I
want that.
eat fish fillets all the time? But I also know the process of how to get to a fillet format.
Yeah, there's, you don't have to do everything. You just pick what you like. And
I also know how to change tires, oil, and do small car repairs. I owned a car. I had a driver's license. I required for myself to know that. Did I ever do that? No, I paid a dude. That's not the point. The point is I knew how to if I had to. See, it was like I could pump my own gas. 9 times out of 10, I went to the one with the attendant because I didn't want to get another car. Doesn't mean I couldn't pump my own gas. I just didn't want to pump my own gas. And there's a difference. And the difference is in the knowledge base. Yeah.
That's right.
Will I deal with my own investments? No. Do I know what they're doing? Yes. Do I let a mutual fund firm deal with it? Absolutely. I pay a dude to do that work for me happily. So I don't have to.
Exactly. Oh, Jude said her broom was done. Do willow brooms. Oh, it's not the same thing. They can't get corn, broom corn. Interesting.
I need to take a look at the different types of brooms, and I need to take a look at like what supplies I could potentially get here as I'm rededicating this year. So it'd be good for me to make my own broom this year. I could make it a part of the rededication to my faith. So like that's something that I could like 2 for 1. Which would be really nifty to do. I haven't rededicated to my faith in nearly 20 years when I first started. So like this is the year. I'm gonna spend this wheel cycle relearning and relooking and updating and changing things and making adaptations, because who I was before I was 20 is not who I am now that I'm in my 40s. There have been changes. And I should showcase those changes.
Yeah, so what else do we have here? Oh, Lynn says used to can everything, but I really like to ferment now. Really good for gut health.
It is.
Heard that.
I've been trying to expand my fermented food selection outwards because I'm not a sauerkraut fan and I am not a kombucha fan.
I am not.
Or kimchi, guys, don't talk to me about kimchi. I am aware that it is tasty. I find it too spicy. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Oh, Sam. Good night, Sam. All right,
Sam.
I hope you're feeling all right, Sam.
Sleep well.
Oh, Jocelyn, Mary Maxim has moccasin kits, Tracy says.
Ooh, love that. All I really need to do is inform my parents that's what I would like, and they'd go talk to the same guy that they got the coyote fur for me from, which is a gentleman off the reserve who deals with First Nations hunting leathers and stuff. So like the furs and stuff they bring in, and I'm sure I could get the leather and stuff sourced so that I could make a pair of moccasins. I just like the idea of taking a class and learning from an elder.
That itself would be,
because then I get that cultural experience, which I can't get if I teach myself. So like I might get a story I've never heard before, and it was like when I learned to hand sew up north, we were told the stories of how Raven got his color and why the narwhal has a tusk, like, and they were taught at the same time as hand beating and stuff. So like we learned dual lessons. Like I learned to clean seal skins with an ulu, it's like the curved metal blade, in a summer hut. So like I learned these things in those specific places taught by elders, by lamp light. They didn't use whale oil because we don't do that anymore. But they did use like the fat of a seal as their oil. So like I learned some of these things in very specific places in very specific culturally aware ways, because I was lucky enough to live in a place where I could do that. So like I like the idea. It's like, okay, but I don't know a lot of stories from native cultures or indigenous cultures down here, because I did all of my storytelling youth part up north. So the stories are slightly different. So like I don't know a ton of stories of coyote. I don't know a ton of stories of wolf, because those weren't the stories I grew up with. Differences. Same way as like hanging out with people who choose to dress in drag. which is a choice. Gives me a different perspective on life, gives me a different way of viewing things.
Oh, yeah.
They have different life stories. They have no idea what it's like to be a blind person functioning in this world. I have no idea what it's like to be in drag because I've never done it. So like different life experiences. They lead to conversations, which make me a better human, which make them a better human, because we're not like, well, we don't know that, so we're scared.
Mm-hmm.
Are there things I won't do? Absolutely. I am never going to the top of the CN Tower. I don't like heights. Why in the world would I do that to myself? Why in the world would I do that to myself?
I
don't
have done
feel
that.
It's necessary. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
Spend the day at the ROM? Absolutely. I'd spend a week at the Royal Ontario Museum if I was allowed.
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Sabrina, I understand that. Sabrina said my father wouldn't let us test for our driver's license until we could change a tire and check the fluids. That's right. I remember very clearly my dad taking me out to the driveway and doing the exact same thing, getting the whole lowdown on where, washer fluid, oil.
Got parked in the middle of the parking lot after I got my learners in the standard real front wheel, no wheel, back wheel drive. I think it was rear wheel drive truck with no weight in the back on a sheet of ice and told to figure out how to get out.
Yeah.
Oh man, did that knowledge come in handy like 15 years later. Oh my God. I got clipped on the highway with my niece on a sheet of black ice. And that SUV went from 100 to 0 and I didn't set off the airbags. So like that came in real handy. And I am very glad I was taught how to do that.
Yep.
My niece wanted to go again. She was 4. I did not. I did not want to do that again.
Oh, what are we talking about? Oh, listen, Jude says fermented carrot and ginger.
Well, that sounds tasty.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Sounds wonderful. It's one of the few recipes I've tried, and yes, it is good.
I love carrots and I love ginger. So like it's got some potential. I shall have to do some Googles. I like it.
Oh, okay. Diane, what did you get? Diane said just bought 2 balls of squeaky clean from Michael's. It's like playing with barbed wire.
Why is it called squeaky? Like, what's the purpose of the
What is-
yarn? Like, is it meant to be like a steel wool, not steel wool? Like, is it meant to be a super scrubby yarn?
Oh, Diane says, yeah, see, I know okay. Diane says, let's say Lynn asked Diane, is that the scrubby stuff? Diane says, yeah, Loops and Threads brand of scrubby.
I'm gonna try it. Like if it's hard on my hands, but it's gonna make a superior scrubby dishcloth, I'm dealing with it.
Yeah, if the yuckiness is like the sturdiness will clean better, then I guess maybe.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Oh, I totally deal with it.
I know. That's what I was worried about initially when I saw that Michael's was switching out all of their, like pretty much all their brands of yarn. It looks like they're going to their own Loops and Threads version.
That's fine. Loops and Thread Impeccable is amazing.
It is. And hopefully it all is.
Will everything be amazing? No, but that's okay.
But I did know, and some of it though is what they're doing is they're smaller balls, less yardage in the new Loops and Threads ones. Then
shrinkflation. It's okay.
Most definitely.
Same with packaged cookies, any of your pre-made stuff. It is probably smaller than it used to be.
Oh yeah.
By gram count, easily.
Oh yeah, Sabrina doesn't drive on snow or ice. That would kind of be nice.
A good percentage of my driving time was spent on snow and ice. And I took my test in the summer instead of my birthday month because my birthday month is March. And I didn't feel like adding that necessary difficulty to my driver's testing. So I waited. I still failed the first time I took my driver's test. I stopped for a pedestrian when I didn't have to. That's right. You could fail a test by doing that.
So Diane, is it, so you said it is the scrubby stuff, right? Yeah, loops and thread brand of scrubby. Well,
I'm gonna have to
maybe,
try.
yeah, if it cleans, if it works really, really well, then maybe it's worth the unpleasantness of.
It's really, you're just making a dishcloth with it, which is not that big of a project. And you only
Yeah.
ever need like what, 3 or 4 dishcloths at a time. So it's not
Right.
like you're gonna be working with it constantly.
But maybe it's also the feel of like while you're like washing a dish with it, right? If it
Yeah.
still feels,
Like that's gonna be the big test. Like, is it a better dishcloth material
Yeah.
than handcrafted cotton? Handcrafted
Or-
cotton is lovely to work with, not amazing at scrubbing.
no, it doesn't scrub. I mean, it's
It
good for
doesn't scrub.
just washing. It's
Yeah,
not
but it's
really
not
scrubby.
it's not a scrubby. Whereas I want a scrubby.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that'll be the thing.
Because some of the things you wash just fine, but when you're doing pots, like you want some scrub with your elbow grease,
Yeah.
but you don't want to damage the finish on your pots and pans.
No, you do not want to do that either. Oh my goodness. Well, we've had lots of good conversation tonight. Oh, Diane says she's going to be making 100 dishcloths or scrubby.
Excessive.
That's a lot. This sounds like holiday gifting.
Possibly.
Yes.
I got the last request in from the niece's boyfriend for Christmas presents this year, which is good. I wasn't worried because by the time I recalled, it occurred to me I had to ask for the Christmas recommendation. He was already gone for a summer base camp. So I wasn't going to see him until this month when he got home. So I let him put his request in late.
Oh.
He was at military camp for 6 weeks this summer. So
he gets a pass then.
He gets it. It's what he wants to do once he graduates. He wants to go into the military. He wants to be a combat engineer. So like he already knows what he wants. Good for him. It's a great way to do things. Go in and you can retire out at 30 and have the education and training to start a second career while receiving a pension. Like it's an amazing opportunity for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
So I'm very excited that he enjoyed it. He liked it. He didn't know what to do with himself when he first got home because he went from highly structured activities all day, every day to not. So that was weird.
Yeah. Well, Lynn says she's heading out. She's going to jump on the Zoom ancient arts.
Oh, they're doing their staycation shawl thing, right?
Yeah.
Have fun. It sounds like a good time.
You have to show us pictures of that too.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, you guys, we are at 9 o'clock.
We are.
8 o'clock.
It is time.
It is time for us to wrap up tonight.
Doesn't take long.
I know, time goes by so quick. Well, I'm hoping that I got a little bit more. I'm gonna go weigh my balls, see how late I have to stay up tonight to get my yarn.
I'm going to go load the dishwasher and get it started and portion out some cake I made yesterday and ice cream for Critical Role tonight.
That sounds yummy.
So I'm gonna do that.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, this was fun. It was my second live in 2 days. Ooh.
I know. I thought you said that. That's exciting. Yeah, you're busy. Oh, Asa, she's gonna go to sleep.
Good night.
All right, Asa, we'll have a fun birthday. Jocelyn, wish your mom happy birthday from all of us.
Will do.
And yeah, everybody have a great weekend. It's almost the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday. So happy knitting, crafting.
Everybody start panicking. We said finishes. We both said finishes.
Okay. It's okay. I'm not panicking. Not panicking. Can do it. So yes, we'll be back in 2 weeks, beginning of September. My goodness. And we will do our check-in with our goal knitting projects and see how well we make out. So thanks everybody for watching and chit-chatting with us. Yes. It is a lot of fun. Jocelyn, it's always so fun to chat with you. So have a good weekend and we will see you.
I'm still riding the high from the Victorian cardigan wedding, like the vintage cardigan.
Yes.
Yes. Something fun and interesting.
There you go. Yes, absolutely.
I think you should keep the lace.
Oh, definitely.
I think you should keep the lace in.
I might. Yeah. So you are typically always on the winning side. I know I haven't decided to put that lace. I don't have to decide till I get down to the bottom.
Yeah.
I think I'll decide. I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know.
Wonderful.
We'll see.
It could be wonderful. I just think about it. One of the heirloom pieces people keep. It's not the basic everyday wear.
But I don't know. I think I think Anita will like the plain version better than the lace. I think she'll think the lace looks old fashioned.
Which I want to start debunking that myth right now.
I know.
Have you seen 18-year-olds wearing lace dresses? There is nothing old fashioned or frumpy about what they're choosing to wear. The word skimpy comes to mind.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lace. I'll see. Once I start knitting it, we'll see.
You'll have a better feel for what the fabric's doing. Yeah.
That's right. All right. Well, guys, we're going to sign off. So everybody have a fantastic night, and we'll see you all in a couple weeks. Bye, everybody.
See you in September.